Hey fellow yogis, I've been missing you. We're going to be doing about 30 minutes of yoga today, semi-gentle. My name's Linda and I'm so glad to be here with you. I've got some ocean music going on for you. So just close your eyes, picture yourself maybe on a beach with that ocean and the waves rolling in. You can hear the little birds chirping. And just start coming into your breath. Filling up the belly, midsection, collarbone area, deep and slow. Long, smooth exhales. Squeeze the air out of that belly. And every exhale, release anything that's bringing any anxiety to you. And then resume your breath, always in and out through the nose in yoga. Each exhale, just allow the shoulders to come down, hands to be relaxed. You can bring the hands to your knees if you like, palms up or down. Nice straight back, but relaxed. Just know that there are so many benefits to deep breathing. Doing it every day is so beneficial. It brings a healthy pH to your blood. It strengthens your immune system, brings density to the bones. Overall relaxation, body and mind. When we focus on our breath. Steady, even breaths. Just release every muscle, every tendon. Relax those shoulders, hips, and legs. Let your face be smooth and relaxed. If you sense any tension anywhere, just exhale it out. Now we're going to bring our right hand down to the mat. Inhale that left arm up to the ear and really make it long, stretching toward the ceiling. And then soften that shoulder, let that arm come across that ear. Face towards your elbow, use your right hand to push into that left hip. Keeping those hips stable, even with one another. Exhales, relaxing that arm over. We don't force anything, we just allow it with the breath. Inhale up, another little stretch. And exhale that arm down. Let's bring the right arm up toward the ceiling. Stretching. And soften that shoulder, let that arm come across, push into that right hip. With that left hand, face towards your elbow, or wherever your neck is comfortable. Rise up, another little stretch toward the ceiling, and exhale down. We're going to come into a seated twist. So I want you to bring your right arm behind your back. So keep your back and your arms straight. Bring the top of that left hand to the outside of the right knee. And facing forward, we're going to inhale and lift. See if we can feel vertebrae separating. And then exhale, bringing your face toward that right shoulder. Slightly lower the chin, big breaths. Bringing space between those vertebrae. Long exhales, keeping it relaxed and soft. And slowly bring your face toward that left shoulder. And slowly back to the right. And let's switch sides. Left arm comes behind, right arm comes across, facing forward, inhale and lifting. Exhale and twist. Slightly lower that chin each time. Big breaths. Slowly bring your face toward that right shoulder. And slowly back to the left. And release. And we're going to come into a bridge pose. So come down on your back. Bring your heels in towards your glutes. We want the ankles right under the knees. And we're going to push into those heels, lifting. And just create a gentle arch for the back. Hollow the belly, which means just let it relax. Keep your legs parallel with one another. And now let's clasp our hands behind the back and gently tug down on those shoulders. And release the hands. Come up on the balls of your feet and bring each vertebrae down slowly onto your mat. Imprint your mid-back. Come to the end of your tailbone and slowly bring those heels down. Good job. And now we're going to come into a reclining pigeon. So leaving the knees bent, you're going to bring your right ankle over that left knee. Flex that right foot, pushing that heel out. And then lift that left leg into chair. Clasp your hands behind the leg, just above the knee. Push your right elbow into that right leg and square those hips, making sure they're even with one another. And then relax the shoulders and start gently bringing in that left leg, or maybe it's got enough stretch right where you are. We're stretching out the right piriformis muscle located under those right glutes. That's the muscle that houses your sciatic nerve, so we don't want to overdo, just a gentle stretch. Nice breath. Long exhales, getting that muscle to soften into that stretch. And release. Let's bring the left ankle over the right knee, flex that foot. Right leg comes up into chair, clasping the hand behind above the knee. Push that left elbow into that left leg, square those hips, relax the shoulders, and gently bring in that right leg. Be mindful of that left piriformis, not to overdo, gently stretching. long exhales. And release. Let's come back up into easy seated. And we're going to come into a one-legged half lotus. So extend that left leg out there. Flex that foot. And don't let the foot go from side to side. Let it be nice and straight up and down throughout this pose. Bring your right ankle to the crease of the left leg or wherever you can reach so that you can get a stretch in that right hip. I'm going to bring our hands up into a little flame on our heads. Relax the shoulders, palms together. Continue breathing your nice yoga breaths. Now bring your hands down to the shins of that left leg, shin, and let those hands slide down as far as that right hip will allow. Pull your chin and hips toward that foot, keeping the back as straight as possible, keeping the spine healthy and long. And release, and shake out that right knee. And start rotating that right ankle. We want it to be slow and wide so that it's a stretch. Then go the opposite direction. And now keep that leg nice and straight. Flex the foot. Don't let that one go from side to side. Bring that left ankle up to that right knee or wherever you can reach. And this time we're going to bring the palms toward each other to our heart space. Elbows out. And now let's bring the back of our hands toward each other. Nails touching, thumbs touching if possible. Don't make it uncomfortable. Palms back together, and then we're going to spread those fingers, including the thumb. And then release that hand down toward that right shin. Slowly coming down. Maybe getting a little bit more stretch in that left hip. Never overdo. Please always honor your own edge. Don't go past that. Your body knows what it's ready for. So being mindful of the body telling you that. And release. Let's shake out that left knee. And start rotating that ankle slowly. Make it wide. And go the opposite direction. Now we're going to widen the legs, feeling that stretch in the inner thighs. Keep the feet flexed, and we're going to stir the pot. Maybe make a pot of soup today. And clasp your hands like you're holding a big ladle. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale to the inside of that left knee. Stretch way out, pulling chin and hips out. Inhale as you come to the inside of that right knee. Straight back the whole time. Exhale out, pull forward, inhaling. Feeling that stretch up the back of those legs because your feet are staying flexed. Stretch on the inner thighs. Stretching out those sides, arms, back, shoulders, hips. And let's pause at the center again. Big inhale and take an exhale to the right. Stretch out. Keep it nice and slow, following the rate of your breath that you've established. Okay, just one more. Stretch out. And release. Use your arm strength to bring in those legs and shake that out. And let's come into tabletop. You want the wrists right under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we're going to come into circular cat-cow. So take a breath in, and on your exhale, deeply arch that back. Look between your legs, tuck that tailbone, and then push back into extended child's pose. Push those hips under the heels, long arms. Then lower the elbows down as you inhale your nose along the mat, coming up into cow. Lift the head and squeeze shoulder blades together. And then slowly back into your cat. So just as you can hear those waves rolling in, this pose kind of follows that, like you're an ocean wave, just slowly coming in, coming out. This is good for so many body parts, and particularly the spine. And now just come into extended child's pose, long arms. Push those hips onto the heels, stretching, sides, spine, arms, hips. And then leaving your palms where they are, come up and over into upward facing dog. The head comes up. Quads are off the mat, soft bend for the back. And back into your extended child's pose. Keep those arms nice and long, really stretching. Back into your up dog. And let's come into down dog. Just turn those toes under, pushing up. Hips toward the ceiling, arms by the ears. And then just walk the feet in a little bit so you can get a stretch at the back of those legs, into those calves. You can even alternate, bending one knee, and then the opposite as you bring heels up. Make it nice and slow. It's a stretch. Now come down on the knees, extending the arms way out in front of you again. Head to the mat for puppy dog. Pushing hips back, not on your heels, just back away from the body. And coming back, sitting on your heels for a moment. How's everybody doing? Good? And Now we're going to come into forward fold. So turn those toes under. Walk your hands back toward the feet. And we're just going to hang out here, extending that spine. Bring the arms and torso towards your legs, bending at the hips, trying to keep the back as straight as possible. Not wanting to round shoulders. Now just letting the head and neck dangle as you slowly come up one vertebra at a time. Inhale those arms out. And back, bringing your hands to each side of the spine, on each side of those hips, right below the waist. And push back into a standing camel. And release, or come into a warrior one. So we want that back foot to be at a 45-degree angle, the front one at 90. Nice bend for the knee, but not past the ankle. And bring both arms up by the ears and stretch. Long arms. Tighten that back leg right up into the glutes. And breathe. Strong warrior. Arms are working. Keep the weight in that left heel. Warrior two. Make sure your arms are even with one another. Looking over those left fingertips. And let's come into exalted warrior. Bring your hand towards your face and then shoot it right up toward the ceiling, keeping your eyes on that hand. Stretching again. And let's come into side angle. Bring your forearm down to the knee. Windmill that right arm around and bring it forward. Stretching, hips back. And release and switch sides. Warrior one. Warrior two. Exalted warrior. These are also good balancing poses. Side angle. And release up. We're going to come into a triangle pose. So we want the feet in the same position as warrior, but straight legs. Let's float those arms up, looking over those fingertips again. Release that right hip, and then bring that hand down to the inside of your shin or your ankle. That right arm is straight above the shoulder, face out or toward the ceiling, toward your hand. And release up to the other side. Flip those arms up, nice straight legs. Release that left hip. Come down into your triangle pose. Legs straight. Keep that arm right above that shoulder. And release. And let's bring those feet out wide, legs out wide, and toes toward the corners of your mat and come down, stretching out those inner thighs, so make it nice and wide. We'll start with goalpost, cactus, whatever you want to call it. And we want those shoulders right over the hips. Good posture. Now extend those arms out wide. We're going to come into eagle's nest with the arms. So bring the right arm under the left, palms together, elbows up, shoulder height. And then come about halfway over for horse, pushing those hips back. And slowly back up. Extend those arms out wide again, stretching. And then left arm under the right. Elbows up, shoulder height. And back over into horse, hips back. And back up. Arms out wide, straighten those legs, bring toes forward.